So do you guys know those like random ass TikToks and YouTube shorts where it's like some random K-pop fan is like, here are the best rappers of K-pop, and you know they sometimes do best dancers, best singers, or like here's like the best songs of whatever. You know those TikToks and YouTube shorts, right? Well, whenever they do the best rappers of K-pop, you know you always see like Jennie, Changbin, Soyeon, RM, G-Dragon, right? You see those rappers, the same 20 names, Taeyong and Mark of NCT. You see those same 20 names every time. But what if I told you there was another rapper that I would consider in the top 10 that no one else ever talks about just because he's not from a super popular mainstream group? Let me show you who this is, and I'm gonna go over today because he just released about 2 weeks ago. Before I wanted to wait till I was in my actual studio here to make this video, but he just released a new rap like 2 weeks ago with this group's new comeback, and it is insane, and that's what we're gonna go over today. So let me show you who this is. It is this guy, Hanse of Victon. Let me. I highly recommend checking out the rap. I'm not going to play here because, you know, copyright reasons and everything. So be sure to go check this out while you're listening to this, just because I want you to know what the fuck I'm talking about while I'm going over this. But essentially, they just released this new song called Virus. Great song. I really like it. But the highlight for me is this rap, because Hanse, who is that rapper, literally does stuff that you see the top tier rappers that everyone talks about. Bobby, Zico, Minho, Changbin, Jisung, Juhan, RM, Suga, like all these top tier rappers, Soyeon, that you see everyone talk about. Hanse does the same things, if not more, and no one talks about him, so I'm gonna talk about him, and hopefully you guys can share this around and get Hanse some love, because he deserves to be in these conversations. He deserves to be recognized for this reason. Let me show you. So this is his rap in Virus, and this is on my second channel. I have a link to this in the description if you want to listen to the rap with the transcription written out. I'm not 100% sure this is accurate. I actually checked over this with other people in my community. Come join us on Discord, the link in the description, by the way, if you want to be part of our community. I checked it over with other people who know. Shout out to I Don't Give an Ugh, their username. But I checked it over with other people who know what they're talking about when it comes to rhythm and transcribing music, and we actually had disagreements where it's like, I think it sounds one way and they think it sounds another way, and we can't like agree. So for example, there's a few things like measure 6 we have slightly different notations on. I ended up going with mine because I thought it was closer to mine. However, on measure, what is it? I forgot the other measure. Another measure that I changed and went with I Don't Give an Uggs thing. So there are some things, there might be something slightly off here because this is so complex. And let me just point out the most complex thing that you're about to see right here. The freaky rhythm, the freaky rhythm, right? When he says freaky rhythm, he knows what he's doing because he has the freakiest rhythm I've ever fucking seen in a K-pop song. He has a dotted quintuplet little double thing. What? What? This is like actually crazy for me. Okay, this is so cool. Like, here, let me play it. So it's this part right here, right? And normally you hear that as like a 16th double. Normally you hear it like that. He's not doing that though, because if you try to line it up with 16ths, which is what you would normally hear, like Changbin's done that, S-Hoops from 17 has done this, Bobby has done this. There's been so many rappers in K-pop who have done. Actually, wait, I was doing quintuplets there. There's so many rappers who have done that, but no one has done that with quintuplets in K-pop. I don't even know if anyone's done that in hip-hop at all. This is such a difficult, mind-boggling rhythm to understand and even pull off consistently because it's 5 notes per beat. So when you go woo, do, per beat, right? There's 5 notes in between each of these clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, a quintuplet. It's so mind-boggling, difficult to even just pull off a normal quintuplet without having to think about it too much. As a drummer myself, like a quintuplet is not an easy thing to just, unless you're like a professional drummer, to just go. It's just an odd rhythm because you're more used to doing a sextuplet or a 16th note. Or but that part in between is so mind-boggling hard. But it's not just that he did quintuplets, he did dotted quintuplets. a dotted quintuplet. So he would do a quintuplet, then a dotted quintuplet, rest, 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 quintuplet, dotted quintuplet, rest, rest, quintuplet, dotted quintuplet. Anyways, okay, so let me step back. Whether or not you like the complexity behind it, because I'm sure there's plenty of people who are going to go, well, I just think it sounds bad. It's too complex. I prefer simple. You're allowed to prefer simple, but you can't deny the fact that he can pull this off with his mouth to be able to go, oh my God. It just shows how good of a rapper he is that he's able to pull this off. Because the only other rappers I've seen do full quintuplets, which he does do here, right here that you see, this is a full quintuplet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a rest, and then finishes it off. That's a full quintuplet right here, but it's off beat. He starts it on the 4th quintuplet. Anyways, the only other rappers who have ever done full quintuplets are RM and Changbin, to my knowledge. So he's already in the conversation with them in the top 10. But outside of that, let's just go over this entire verse as just in its total. He starts off with the anticipation part, like da-da, 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 right? He has this like anticipation built up, and it's really fun to hear that. Overall, this is a very odd measure because it's only 14 bars, which is a very odd amount to be going off of. But then he does basically an entire full measure pickup. If you listen to Soyeon, you hear pickups all the time. Soyeon does these pickups all the time, where she would start on the beats before she's supposed to start. So it's like da 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 da. So she has like that little da 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 right before, instead of starting on da 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 da, right? Instead of starting on that one, on that downbeat, she'll have that pickup before. Hanse has like an entire measure of a pickup. He's like, fuck that, fuck just a normal pickup. I'm gonna do an entire measure of a pickup. At least that's how it comes off to me. And then he starts it here, goes into a triplet run first, has some cadence play where he makes the triplet feel like a double time, because he goes, where normal triplets, he makes the triplet feel like it's in double time, essentially. He makes the verse feel like he's rapping super fast, 8th notes. It gives it a different time signature feel. It's not a different time signature, but it makes it feel like he's doing a 4, 5, a 6, 8 type feel to it, even though the song's in 4/4. But he's doing that with his triplet feel, which is really cool. And again, there's some discrepancies here. A member of our Discord server, I don't give an UG, had a different layout here. I think he's doing this like it's all spaced out evenly, and he's doing a different cadence here. However, this could be different. Again, I recognize that. But then we get into the freaky rhythm, which he even mentions here. He calls it the freaky rhythm. Hop on the freaky rhythm. Hop on the freaky rhythm. Ooh, the freaky rhythm being that quintuplet double is so cool. I already went off about this. So cool. No one else has done this. Mind-boggling, insane. But even the fact that he does this would be mind-blowing alone. The fact that this entire measure is built around it and has other things in this, right? Because he has this triplet run into a double time feel triplet, a 6/8 feel as a triplet. And then he goes into this freaky rhythm quintuplet doubles back into another triplet to finish off that quintuplet double feel. Then he goes back into this like normal rapping to kind of transition into the sing rappy part, which, you know, if you took this out, it would be like a normal 12 measure rap that you would hear in K-pop, but for some reason they let him just throw in 2 extra sing measures, which is kind of weird to me, because normally this would be at the end and it would be like a vocalist that does that, but for some reason they were like, okay, there you go, Hanse, you can have some vocals in there too, some sing rap parts. I'm not complaining. The change-up is so nice. I really like the change-up, and if it ended like that, it would have been really weird on that 12th measure. So then he comes back and he sandwiches this flow. And what I mean by that is he starts off with this triplet into triplet 8th notes relationship. This pickup measures 8th notes, right? It's 8th notes into a half note, and then triplet run. And here he's doing the triplets, right? And it has like the sandwich effect where he starts off with these 8th note triplets, does this freaky rhythm, really cool part into a sing rap, and then finishes it off with what he started. So cool. I don't know. It's just, this entire thing is just Changbin levels of appreciation for me. You guys know how much I freak out about Changbin from Stray Kids. This is what it is. Like, Hanse has been on top of his game the past 2 to 3 years. Like, to be fair, his rapping at the beginning of Victon, it was, you know, above average, but I would never have called him like a top 10 rapper. But it wasn't until 2019 or so where he just like flipped a switch. It was like, yo, this rap game needs some new players, and I want to be a part of that. And Hanse just came in, and he deserves some more attention for shit like this. Like, he's doing things that we like praise the other rappers in the top 10 of K-pop for, but he doesn't get that same praise, and it's so deserved for him. And hopefully this little breakdown right here, you know, flips a switch and he gets recognized a little bit more, because he definitely deserves that. He really does. This entire thing is just insane. This entire I still can't believe he did it. It's just, this man's fire. I highly recommend go check out the song if you haven't heard it. Check out my the link in the description for the actual flow chart to hear it for yourself. Oh my god. It's so unique. Anyways, I'm sorry. I need to stop freaking about this. Shout out to Hanse. What a legend. Absolutely underrated legend. I hope he gets some more attention. Guys, please spread his name around. If you enjoyed his rap, like, he is one of the best in K-pop, and he deserves to be talked about in these conversations. Hopefully this video provides a little bit of evidence as to why, in case you were curious as why this dude is being talked about like this. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope to see you back here next time. I'm streaming live again every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. Hopefully you can come check it out and join us. Twitch.tv/CarKpop. I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, K-pop until safe way. Bye, everyone.